I thought we had been live all this time. Okay, we're gonna let everybody shimmy on in the room. Gonna let everybody shimmy on in the room. Let me drop the link in the chat. All right, shimmy on it. So here is our link in the chat in case anybody would love to add an opinion. I would love if anyone would come in and add an opinion. I have my notes for the episode, but if anybody wants to shimmy on in and talk about the episode with me, you feel free because it's that kind of evening. Shimmy to the left and shimmy to the right. We're talking about Rob Dixon tonight. Rob Dixon tonight. We are giving you radio smooth grooves as everyone shimmies on in the room. I'm sorry we're a little late, but I promise you I'm going to make the show worth it. It is 7:57 here in beautiful California. I hope wherever you are warm, safe, and snug as a bug in a rug. Femininity. The F to the E to the M to the ninity. Femininity. 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 Don't mess with me. Because I'm Rob Dixon. I said I'm Rob Dixon. Dixon. I said I'm Rob Dixon. And a prenup is what I'm fixing to give to one. To give to one. Rob Dixon. Rob Dixon. All right, we're going to start the camera. We're going to bring Timisley on in. Hey, Tim.
Hey, girl.
All right.
Girl.
Let me turn these.
Gabrissi's over here just scratching and crawling for a storyline. I'm even thinking like, Rob was even likable this episode. Like,
Rob Dixon is reaching down and grabbing her testicles. She is like, you know what? Al Rodgers ain't gonna call me boring no more. I done had it with his butt.
Yeah, she's clocking in this season.
She is clocking in. Who knew Rob could work?
I know, right? She's like she got a few businesses. Now she's thinking, oh my God, she's feeling herself now. Even though she did try Juan, I was like, girl, you waste all of Juan's money, but you want to like save the little coins you saved.
I mean, he was like, well, wait, why weren't you so concerned about the prenup, the first time we got married? When you threw all of my money. That's what needs to be a clause. Quiet as it's kept.
I can't do it. I can't do it longer than you.
And that still ain't my best.
Yes, I know.
She needs a financial minder.
Mm-hmm.
Like she needs to just hand over all of her assets and income to a trust because you was just $90,000 in debt to the I, the R, and the S.
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, and that's why Juan was like, girl, whatever, because because I already know I'm gonna have more money than you. So like, girl, all it's gonna do is hurt you because I know you're gonna need my ass because you can save a dollar more than to help your life.
Money runs out of her hands. It
Yeah.
runs away from her. But the episode opened with Candace going off about maligning her husband. And she was like, I need to talk to Eric. I need to talk to Eric. And I'm sorry, but in a moment like that, the last thing you want to talk to is a backstabbing, conniving Carlos Queen Carlos Queen. It's a queen king, a queen in training. That's the last thing you want to run to when you are in a moment of crisis is a backstabbing, sorry sissy like Carlos.
I mean, he said his name was Eric. That the producer was Eric. I was like, oh my god, 'cause I don't think the producer had nothing to do with it. I think it was just Gabrissi doing Gabrissi things.
No, because they know what people are going to bring up. The producer, everybody has a producer. So everybody's producer knows what they're going to bring to the scene. And so Ashley already brought up the husband once, and Garcelle saying, I feel uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable. I mean, with them stovepipe legs, I would feel uncomfortable with early onset lymphedema.
And speaking of legs, I screamed when she said, not today, legs, not today, neck. I was late. I was like, I was late. I was late to the episode. I thought someone was talking about Nikki. I was like, oh no, it's about Gabrice.
She said legs and hips. You got no body. I mean, when I saw her, I remember when I saw her. Well, I saw her belly first.
Yes.
I saw her at BravoCon. And after seeing the true devastating beauty that is Kenya Moore, because Kenya Moore took my fucking breath away. I was standing right next to her. And I was looking with a critical eye. Them heels was moisturized. The outfit was on point. The hair was hairing. It was effortless beauty. And she was there for the fans. I got to give it to her. She shut it down. And then I saw Gabrice and Gabrissi. And I just saw a sad woman with a bun that looked like it needed to be redone. It looked like it was old hair. It looked like an old hair bun. Like you had probably had that hair since you're 30 and you get about to be 50 now. That hair looked like it needed to retire. That hair looked like it had been working 2 shifts at the post office for, 15 years and it was ready for its early retirement. Then I saw her cankles stuffed into those poor boots and I just felt sorry for her. I genuinely felt sorry for her. So I just don't see this enamorment that people have with Gisele. I mean, maybe she looks pretty on camera, but in real life,
The only thing that's giving for Gisele is the face card. Like her wig, this episode was so tired. It didn't have a part in it. I was thinking when she was talking to Karen, I was like, girl, what is she wearing? Like the only thing that gives from Gabrice is the face. Everything else from this is just, oh my God, really? That what we're doing today?
And the face is very cat-like.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, you got light skin and light eyes, but that does not beauty make. However, so after Candace, was going off on production saying, you call Michael Bussy Grab Darby if you want to tear down somebody's husband, not me. And she was really focusing on Michael Darby, like she was trying to start mess with Ashley again. And I'm like, if you like Candace, you are stupid if you think Ashley gives a crap about what her husband is doing. Ashley cares more about me filing my thumbnail right now than about what Michael Darby is doing. They have an open. Yeah, it's open. You see what I'm doing? Close. Open.
The legs are up.
What their relationship is. It's open.
And she was comfortable saying that. She's saying, because the producer, Erica, said, y'all talk about everyone. I was like, I talk about true things. We know that the bussy grab, it's a fact that he's a bussy grabber.
I mean, yes. That's why Ashley doesn't care. I feel like they had him set up to be caught cheating with a woman. A woman. I'm like, let me know. And Cordell Stewart was sending that video of his tooted up booty to a woman.
Yeah, and by
Woman.
woman we mean like Robyn woman.
And every man wants a woman.
Woman. Yeah.
Woman.
And then I knew when Mia was like, oh God, Mia's got some tea. Is this tea or is this another one of her delusions of grandeur?
We gonna get to Mia. But before we do, let's cover something insignificant and odd. Why is Wendy trying to do a new business with Penelope
Thomas Bailey.
Of all people?
Like
and $300,000. Like, why are you trying to come up with this man's tax bill? For what? To what end? To what end?
what end? She all them 4 degrees can't give her good discernment.
And wait, I thought you were going to be all about home interiors and candles. I mean, I can at least say I've been doing cooking with Al for a minute. Like, it's not just I popped up and said, oh, I'm going to start doing cooking videos. I hadn't done them in a while, but that's where we started.
I was like, okay, why would you go to Penelope Thomas before you go to Karen? Because Karen has this type of business. Why are you going to a person you've seen? Girl, this business went down under, up, down under again.
I mean, hell, go to Ashley. She had a down under business that went down under.
Lord have mercy. And then,
so it was very interesting to me that Gabrice and Mia were able to go talk privately at Rob's behest, and they were able to hash things out really quickly. Even though, Gisele, you did call Mia a liar about her health. Now, whether you believe the heifer or not, you could have kept it to yourself, because last time I checked, if memory serves, now, if I'm wrong, I want everyone to correct me. I have been wrong before. I will be wrong once more. I am not above it. Let me know. But does Mia's Instagram post pay Gisele's bills? Does Mia's Instagram post pay Gisele's child support? Does Mia's Instagram post pay Gisele's designers, Gisele's contractors?
What designers?
Stylist, Gisele's hairdresser. Does Mia's post pay anybody on her staff, in her employ, in her life? Is her grandfather going to lose his house because of Mia's Instagram post? Inquiring minds want to know, because I'm not that invested in a heifer that's only been on one season. I'm going to let her worry about her coot and their cons. That's what I'm going to worry about, because if I lived in an unfinished barn, in the words of Chris Dickens, an unfinished barn,
my baby daddy,
I would be focused on finishing my home.
I mean,
some heifer who just came on the show and her big feet.
I mean, did she already finish that amalgamation of a house already, or is she still working on it?
Do you ever finish playing with Legos?
Girl, no.
I guess when you grow up.
Yeah. I was like, in a sense, yeah, because Gabrice's storyline is always everyone else. Like, Jamal still don't mess with her. Her man, there's no man in sight.
Of course not. No. Of course not. Was your wedding in vain? Boom, boom, boom. Is Jamal coming? Boom, boom, boom. No. Of course not.
Oh God! And her kids, they seem to not want to fuck with her too.
Child, I mean,
I was like, whatever got to do to keep that champagne flute, Gisele, I guess.
Now, Ashley said that Gisele was getting the brunt of it from Mia, even though everyone thought that Mia was lying about her post. Now, that may be true. However, Gisele was the one who had the chutzpah to walk up to her and say, oh, this is what cancer looks like. It's one thing to think something and say, well, maybe that was a little odd, even on camera. But to walk up to somebody and say, hey, you lying bee, that's a little different. That's a little different. I see why Gisele got the brunt. But Gisele is more than willing to get the brunt because that way we're not focusing on her empty bed, empty house, and empty life.
When you have no, like, life, when you have nothing to lose, of course you're gonna throw everything at everything out but the kitchen sink.
Nothing to lose and no one to lose.
Yeah. Oh Lord. And then
now I found this next part interesting. Now, Mia is saying to Gisele, you know, I never expected this from you. I mean, maybe, what did she say about Wendy? Oh, maybe new booty Wendy. And I'm like, now, hold on, heifer. Who you calling new booty? Because your tits got price tags on them.
I was like, girl, you've got
price tags on them. Your body is showroom new. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If I was younger, I would get a bigger chin. I would get some of this sucked out. Well, now actually, there's not as much there anymore because I stopped eating fast food because I moved to San Francisco. But, you know, now I'm just hungry all the time and angry. But that's a different story, another topic for another time. However, you are walking around in a Kardashian 4 model and you going to talk about new booty Wendy?
Right, like
about Wendy's booty when you have your own coot you've conned. Why?
I mean,
why?
I mean, you're the only person I've known that has actually got like their vagina redone. Like, what did she say? She had like a vaginal rhinoplasty or some shit. Like, you're the one that's going.
She had a vaginal plasty.
Like, you were the only person I know that would do an overboard with the work. There's nothing wrong with it, but don't be
overboard. I don't think that's overboard at all. That's the first thing you get done. You didn't have children out of that sucker. I couldn't imagine. I'd be like, yeah, put it back together. I want it showroom new. However, don't get mad at another woman when she goes to get herself showroom new.
Exactly. But it was crazy, like. And I was crazy. Like, have you not watched the show? Why are you shocked that Gisele is being messy first and over what's her second name?
Mia knows whose ass she needs to kiss. Wendy is the new girl, so she's not afraid to go after Wendy. She knows if I go after Gisele, I could be Katie'd off the show.
Ooh, Jesus Christ. And Katie was looking a mess. I was like, girl, what happened to Katie?
Child, I don't know. I'm just gonna pray on it.
I know. Lord have mercy. And I was screaming when production clocked because when she was talking to Robyn and they're saying, oh, Chris, you know, he was looking at me funny, and production was like, bitch, here's your receipt. That bitch lied. Yes.
Oh my God. Chris was
really shady
everywhere but at her. And I'm looking at Chris and Chris's wives and ex-wives, and Chris is chilling. And I'm sorry, but Chris ain't looking at nothing lighter than us. He ain't looking at nothing lighter than Candace. Like, I'm sorry, just you ain't his type. He might hit on Wendy before he'd hit on you.
Yeah, like Chris's type is looking like a Mariah remix video.
Oh Lord, is giving more Kelly than Beyonce.
Yes, like he loved a chocolate. He loved a chocolate. We know that.
But yeah, and then also they brought up how Gisele would not stop talking about Chris's penis. I mean, she keeps bringing up Chris's penis. Then they rolled that beautiful bean footage. They showed it all.
Yes, I love how shady this editing team is. Like, shoot, like Roa needs to hire some people over there. Beverly Hills needs to hire some people on there. Like, they are exposing everybody.
It ain't shady. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Because Mia was going to say, oh, he was looking at me. And it's like, we were watching that whole thing. He never glanced your way.
Lord have mercy. And let's talk about Robyn and the prenup. I don't think that Juan really wants to marry her because he was just so disillusioned by like all the things. Like, he was so ready to like, okay, whatever, girl.
Also, I'm gonna need Rob to stop trying to tell Juan's business because she keeps trying to bring up, oh, well, when you cheated and you had this other woman, and Rob and Juan was like, stop, hammer time. He was not here for, and it's like, look, that was forever ago. If you had lost all my money, I don't call that cheating. I don't even call that getting even. I just call that, well, you lost all my money.
Exactly. Like,
if you lose all my money, you're like, you're still breathing. That's all we can do right now. That's all.
And I'm about to marry your ass again. Like, girl, you lucky. I'm still with your ass.
He married her again because they are so familially entwined. That is a dutiful relationship.
And the funny thing is,
he can't not be there for his kids. Not that Robyn would ever keep him from them, but he's like, I gotta be there for my kids. But I'm telling you, the second that second one gets into college, woo, he's moving on to another man, and Rob's moving on to another woman. Because I'm sorry, him and Michael had a thing going on.
Do you really think it was reciprocal between Michael and Juan?
Mr. Darby, Mr. Darby, Mr. Darby. They had a thing going on.
Do you really think it was reciprocal, or do you? Because I really think it was just one side. I really think Michael was just thirsting for that BBC.
Juan was on a sports team.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know the things that go on in locker rooms and on trips with sports teams.
I mean, child, you would know better than me.
I was in the Army, so I'm just gonna say.
Oh, you definitely would know.
I've been around those all male situations, and all I'm gonna say is,
It's so eerie how like Robyn and Juan remind me of my parents, because my parents are the same way. Like, they got married because they had me, and then they got divorced. Like, but then they got remarried a year later because of because of my brothers and sisters. So it's like, it's definitely giving we're staying together because of the kids.
But I think they're gonna stay together, and it's profitable because of the show. And Rob wasn't expecting to get this season, so I imagine we're gonna get their wedding next season.
Oh Lord, I hope so. But but do you think like they're gonna do like a Cynthia and send her off after she has her wedding?
Possibly. Possibly not. We're gonna see, because they're trying to experiment, I think, with a new formula, because they've really kept their core cast since the show's inception, and I don't think they want to mess with that. And Rob is what I like to call necessary boring, kind of like a Cynthia. She's able to flit from circle to circle, can somewhat be the peacemaker, Giselle's Ace Boone Raccoon. You got to say raccoon, or
Yeah, yeah.
But I could see, and also Rob is trying to change. She's grabbing her testicles this season.
Yeah, she's definitely
a mess. So I can see if Rob can evolve, her place can be secure.
I'm thinking more of a Candy. Like, you think Rob's trying to be more of a Candy? Because I think,
oh hell no, yeah, hell no. Candy got money. Candy got money.
Okay, she's more.
Candy fell in, and also Candy fell in love with a producer of the show and married him. You don't get more reality gold than that.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I couldn't say.
It would never be that interesting if somebody gave her a book of this is how to be interesting and a bag of tricks to pull it with.
You're probably right. And then the other thing that happened on this episode was Karen and her, like, I guess this thing that she had with her coot at the nail salon. I was like, wait.
Fast forwarded. That was a fast forward. I didn't have time for that. The next scene of importance was when Rob started grilling Mia on her her health scare, and she was going in like she was running her HMO. Well, where is the lump located? When was it biopsied? What was the millimeter of the lump? Where exactly was it located? What was the coloration of the lump? I was like, are we being triaged right now? I was like, let me get my insurance card because I needed to pay for that.
I'm just
I
saying,
was like, she wanted to know the diagnosis. She wanted to know her lab work and numbers.
she just said, like, girl, like you don't put your information out if you don't want people to ask questions. Like, why are you telling us all this information and then you're shocked that we're asking questions? Like, girl, what happened to this one? What happened to it? We want updates.
Mm, mm, mm.
I was like,
I
I
mean,
mean,
there are updates, but I mean, Rob went in like Sutton with Erica Jane. She said, I have questions.
child. Oh my God, I don't even know if I want to get on Beverly Hills. Like, I can only do one like white woman, shorter woman. That's why I'm just sticking with Salt Lake City.
Oh no, don't miss out on Beverly Hills.
I
It
know.
is it has been very interesting to see, especially I watch a lot of TikTok and I watch like other, podcasts that cover Bravo. And there is one podcast that I'm actually becoming a fan of, and they're called the Bravo Bros. And
Mhm.
it's like these two white dudes that you would not expect to cover Bravo, but they actually do a damn good job. And
Well, they're not two sissies.
wait, what?
They're not two sissies.
I do not know if they are gay or not.
Oh,
I
okay.
imagine they are not.
So
Well,
like Jim
I
Bros.
would say this. It's like it's. I don't look at people whether that they're gay or straight. It's it's all about opportunity. Like I
Okay.
feel with too many straight men. It's not all about opportunity. And a lot of them, they be curious. They're like, well, I never. You seem nice. I might give that a try. Have we not all been there?
I mean, who hasn't?
I was gonna say, does the cheese stand alone?
I know.
And some of my friends are like, you are a straight guy magnet. And I'm just like, I know I seem nice. So they want their first time to be with, somebody that's not gonna.
So it was giving gay for pay.
No, not gay for pay. They give me, they could be straight or they could be whatever.
Like if the price was right, they would,
Not Price is Right. Not Price is Right. It's more, we both met each other on a random weekend in New York City, and you're going back to whatever state you're going to, but we end up hanging out that weekend. That's what they
Okay.
get. That's what they
Child,
get.
child, let me see. Is it on YouTube?
No, they are not on YouTube, but they're on like the other platforms. But we got totally off point.
I got you. Yeah.
These two white men
Mhm.
called out the racial gaslighting of Garcelle with laser and surgical precision. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, all right, we finally getting through to these people. And everybody is seeing it. Like, honestly, the white people are more upset because
Mhm.
we're effing used to it. We're like, Garcelle giving grace under fire. And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And it's like, oh, you new to this. Yeah, this is all of us every day, all day. We get it at the grocery store. We get it at work. It's fascinating.
Yeah, and I saw a clip of someone asking Andy at BravoCon about like you reprimand people hard, but when it comes to like the whole Ramona thing, like it seems like you're letting her off with a pass. Like, why are you not reprimanding her as much?
Well, now they're no longer working with Ramona.
Okay, they're not gonna bring on Legends or Legacy, whatever the fuck.
No, they're not bringing her on Legacy. She is done. And honestly, after Ebony K. Williams
Yes,
interview,
I saw that. Oh yeah, she read the fuck out. I was like,
and
girl.
was throwing Luann up under the bus too. She was like, you gonna get a little front tire, back tire.
I was like, yeah, y'all definitely try. Y'all definitely tried it. Like, and I feel like it happens all the time. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the reason why the Dallas one was canceled because these white women they just cannot help themselves.
They sure can't, but we can help from hiring them.
Yes.
Now, to close out the episode, we have Chris and Candace going to lunch, and then they bring up Gisele's accusations and who should show up but Rob.
Rob Dixon.
And she's like, you know what?
Robert the Third.
And also, now Rob was telling the truth. She was like, Chris, you did not slide into anybody's DMs. Thank you, Nicola. You didn't slide into a DMs. You responded to a story. And that is the truth. When you respond to someone's Instagram story, it's a DM. And it's like weird because it's like, oh, like I just wanted to like comment like everybody else. Want to like get in your DMs. And he was like, oh, y'all should have come by the restaurant that I manage because we're all on a TV show. If I have celebrities come through, it's going to look good. Chris is about his coin. Like, if
he does
whisper of this from Chris, we would be on him.
He knows that. And all Chris does is all he does is cook and argue with Candace. Like, he's not trying to like get into some DMs.
Yep. And not them old DMs. I don't see him really being like, ooh, I want to get in Gisele's neck pussy. I just don't see it. I don't.
Girl, like he watches the show. He knows that Gisele is not like a headache. You want like Candace is a big enough headache. And why is he gonna try to like deal with Candace and Gabrice? It don't make no sense. It's just it's these light skinned birds always think that everybody wants them. Like for Gisele, then Mia, like. Okay, we know colorism exists, but not every nigga wants you.
Really? And especially when you seem so unpleasant.
Mm.
And but also the fact that we are now seeing cracks in Rob.
Yes.
They just started a podcast together.
Mm-hmm. Their frenemies era is coming, and I'm here for it.
I'm also wondering, is this to try to get the ratings up for their podcast? Because those two are thick as thieves and tight as two sizzlings.
But like Karen says, we all saw this coming. Like, if a person is as low down and gutter snipey like Gabrice, no one is safe. Like, so we knew it was only a matter of time before Rob became a target.
I actually feel like Rob is going after Gisele to save her spot on the show.
Probably because, we all know instead of how boring Robert is. So possibly.
And I also thought it was a very interesting point that Rob brought up. Gisele, why didn't you mention you felt uncomfortable around Chris when it happened? Why wait until the cameras were rolling? And even Karen asked that. Why wait until the cameras were on? Why not, address it immediately if you felt uncomfortable? But then we found out he said, oh, well, let's leave the door open. So that way
she invited him up there.
Anything. I just want to speak with you. We can speak with the door open, but I just want to speak with you semi-privately.
Yeah, she invited him up there. She invited him up there, and he said, "Okay, but keep the door open." And then, they said that he left after she asked him to leave. So I was like, "You are just crying. You just."
And I don't know if I buy her. Oh, I thought my glam was going to be there. When your glam is on the clock, especially as broke as you are. With your unfinished barn, when your glam is on the clock. So you knew they weren't going to be there. You knew because you weren't paying them. Why would I expect somebody to be there when I'm not paying them? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yes, and Karen definitely clocked it because when she was like, wait a minute, why is like his word again? Where did that come up? Like she was clocking her on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, like you telling one story to you telling one story to Robyn and another story to Karen. Like, girl, we see you.
But all in all, I thought it was an interesting episode.
Yes. And then I saw something on Twitter. I was like, wait a minute, where are the taglines? Where are the taglines?
Oh, we still don't have the taglines?
Yeah, no taglines. And I saw a tweet that
said, what? Let's come up with some taglines for the
okay.
Let's start with Karen.
Karen, okay.
I may be in a rental, but my house is at least finished.
Okay. Just okay. For Gabrice is gonna be, I am a jack of all trades, just like my house.
Robyn is, that's Rob.
I know. Robyn is some oh yeah. Yeah, probably. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, Mia is, I lie so great, even I convince myself.
Candace is, I may get on my husband's nerves, but I'll irritate you more.
And then Wendy. Wendy is some I'm thinking about something about her edges. Cause that was also a storyline. Something about her edges being gone. I'm trying to think. I got nothing for Wendy.
Okay, for Wendy, I may not be a new host, but I have new growth.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yes.
And I'm going to even give one for Charisse. I'm big boned and back on the show.
No, for Charisse, I'm gonna be on you like Karen's nerves.
Oh. All right. Well, this was fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope y'all enjoyed this live review of The Real Housewives. I will see you soon for Married to Medical. All right. Should I play us out with a smooth groove? I'm going. And no, we can just end it. All right. I'm going to see y'all later. Thank you so much for tuning in.